Hello, I'm Emmanuel Bach. I'm back with the 2-minute masterclass, and today it's Tchaikovsky Violin Concerto, first movement. One of the most important things I think about this concerto is the opening of the solo part. It opens essentially with a mini cadenza, an introduction played by the solo violin, and this introduction sets up a number of elements and gets us thinking about a number of elements musically and also technically. And the first element is the semitone, which we have here. Now, that semitone comes into play also in the second subject of the first movement, where it's reversed. And we also have the presence of a rather big crescendo, which gets us thinking about the opening up of the bow arm, and we really need to open the bow arm as much as possible here. And then in the main theme, I think one of the first things actually is that it's piano. So from here, we really need to, while singing over the orchestra, still keep a kind of intimate feeling. And there's also a sense of ballet music, and this comes into play later when the orchestra have offbeat, while the violin has these hairpin crescendos, which again require us to subtly, more subtly this time, open up the bow arm. So, while remaining very elegant in the contrasting rhythms that we have there. And there are other places where, again, we need to think about this opening of the bow arm much more in terms of the overall pacing of the music. And the next spot to be thinking about is here. So we have the B flat here, and then B natural, and then C. So we need to be thinking about pacing in terms of the large-scale movement of the piece. Of course, the Tchaikovsky Violin Concerto is very much a piece that has heart-on-sleeve romanticism, and that's why it's become thought of as a romantic warhorse, with the second subject, which is very romantic. And I think we can afford to use some slides tastefully at certain times. Then there are, of course, there's the cadenza, which is very much to do with pacing and timing. And there's also this spot where, again, we need to be thinking about ballet. So overall, quite a lot to think about really in the Tchaikovsky Concerto, in particular pacing dynamics and really using the bow arm to create these crescendi and dynamic nuances that are so essential to this piece. That's all for today.